Okay, guys, these are your next set of integer notes. Again, going over different positives, negatives, how to graph them, looking at opposites. And then on the other side, we are looking at reading and writing integers and ordering integers. Okay, so let's just start on the front. What we're going to do is we're going to take our paper and then we're just going to fold it in half. Okay, so we're just folding our paper in half. Okay, so make sure you put your name at the top. Put your date, depending on what class period you're in. You may have a different date that I'm on right now in your period. I'm going to put my homeroom again, which is 6-1. You should have a different homeroom unless you are in my homeroom class, 6-2, 6-7, whatever it is. Okay, so opposite integers. Okay, opposite integers are two integers that are on blank sides of the number line. They are on opposite sides of the number line, and they are the same distance from 0. Okay, so if we're looking at -4, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away from 0. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So +4 is the opposite of -4 because it is 4 away from 0. Okay, same thing here for 5. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to the right of 0. So then if on the opposite, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to the left of 0. So that's all we're doing when we're graphing the opposite. Okay, so to identify our opposite, hopefully you don't need a number line to do those every time. If we do, we're going to probably struggle through this unit. So to identify our opposite integers, okay, the opposite of -15 would be +15. The opposite of 100 would be -100. The opposite of 20 would be -20. And the opposite of 0 is 0 because it's 0 away from 0. Okay, it doesn't really make any sense if you go further away. And remember, 0 is neither positive nor negative. Okay, so let's open our little book, our little booklet. Okay, reading and writing integers. Okay, it says below is a list of keywords that may help you decide if the integer is positive or negative. Fill in the antonym for each table below. Okay, so the opposite of win would be lose. Okay, the opposite of above water would be under water. The opposite of credit would be debit. The opposite of deposit would be withdrawal. Whoa, can't spell. God, W looks crazy. And then the opposite of a temperature below 0 would be temperatures above 0.
Emily Erla, if you're in the building, please
Okay.
report to the front
Temperatures above 0 would be our opposites. Okay, so everything on the left side are positive things, keywords that can help us find positives. Everything on the right side is going to be negatives. Okay, so again, we're going to write an integer for each situation. Okay, if we have a loss of 21 points in a game, that means you have -21. Okay, that one will be negative. If we are 100 feet above sea level, it is positive 100. Do we have to write the positive every time? But no, either way shows the same thing. We just don't go around putting plus signs in front of all of our numbers, but either one would be okay. Okay, ordering integers. We've already ordered integers, so this should not be new. First thing we want to do is we want to put the points on the number line with their matching number. So we put a point at -5, okay, and then we're going to cross it out. We have a point at +2, and then we cross it out. We have a point at 0, and we cross it out so we don't repeat it again. We have a point at -3, so then we cross it out, and then we have a point at +4, and we cross it out. So now we can put them in order from least to greatest, which means we are going left to right. So we start all the way on our left, and we have -5, -3, 0, 2, and 4. Okay, comparing integers. Okay, this is all just kind of culminating everything that we've done for the last couple of days in our notes. So comparing integers, we're going to use greater than and less than symbols to compare. So think about a number line. Okay, -3 would be to the left of +3, so less than is to the left. Okay, I would much rather have $0 than -$2 for sure. Okay, 0 is to the right of negative 2. So here's 0, here's negative 2, 0 is to the right, so it is greater. Okay, would you rather have $100 or owe somebody 120? Well, I want the greater amount. Okay, 100 will be greater than 120. Now, the problems like this one down here are the ones that typically get everybody, because they say, well, they're both negative. So negative 14 is greater because it's a bigger number. Actually, negative 14 is further to the left of 0. It's way over here on our number line. Okay, negative 10 is greater than negative 14 because it is closer to 0. That's where most people get confused on integers when they're comparing negatives. Okay, and so our last thing, and make sure you're using the number lines in the classroom. Draw a number line. It will help you, I promise. I wouldn't have you drawing them if they weren't important. Okay, so all the numbers over here on the left of 0, these are going to be negative numbers. All the numbers over here to the right of 0 are going to be positive numbers. And then everything down here, okay, that's our 0, okay? It's neither positive nor negative. Not positive or negative. Okay, so remember, 0 is neither one. It's not positive or negative. At the bottom, integers are whole numbers that are both positive and negative. Okay, positive or negative whole numbers. We said this definition a million times and people are still missing it. Okay, no decimals, no fractions. Okay, so a positive number, okay, a positive integer is a number greater than 0. A negative integer is a number less than 0. Okay, so this needs to go in the pocket of your notebook. Hopefully this was all review and you found this stuff to be super duper easy. I mean, that would be amazing. I would love every second of that. Just make sure that you're following along and that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, because a lot of you guys are still complaining that you don't understand, but the majority of the people complaining are the people who are not following along and listening to the directions and doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's hard to complain about not knowing what to do when you're the reason you don't know, because you're not listening. So make sure you're following along, and if you have questions, be sure to ask. Have a great day.